Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show, IT Career Talk with Professionals. And today we have a freelance Python developer. So, our guest speaker for today is Angelica Lapastora. Hi, Angelica.
Hi. Hello. Hello to everyone who are watching this podcast. I hope you learned something from me as a Python developer and how did I get here to be a freelance Python developer.
Right. So, what is a freelance Python developer?
So, I want to discuss in
Mm-hmm.
two types or in two things. I want to split it in two things. Number
Sure.
one is Python dev. So,
Python. Mm-hmm.
kapag Python dev ka, you are specializing with Python projects. So
Mm-hmm.
mostly all of your projects are Python ano talaga, maximize na Python yung gagamitin mo. And then if you are a freelancer, you handle most of your time. You are closer to be uh, tech techno nomad, or you can work anywhere. You
Mm-hmm.
can handle your own time, and you can work closely with other developers na nagwo-work din sa iba't ibang parts ng mundo. So that's what I explain
Right.
about.
Right, no? And since na-mention mo na yung ibang parts ng mundo, no? And right now, um, a lot of us are doing remote work, no? How do you feel about remote working as a freelancer, or is this the right, is it given na parang pag freelancer ka, remote working ka talaga? What is the here, sentiment here?
Kapag freelance Python dev, I actually started this week. So this is like
Mm,
my first week. Yes.
yes.
I want to also share with you yung mga things na nagulat ako. Number one is culture. Kasi I work with a company sa ibang bansa. So it's
Mm-hmm.
in Spain. And I work with several people na galing sa Europe, sa Asia, and also sa USA. And
Mm-hmm.
I could say that it's really diverse. Iba't iba talaga yung lahi. And yun talagang una kong napansin. And And it's really great kasi mas makikilala mo sila as a dev kung paano sila mag-work, and you can actually adapt it to them the way
Mm-hmm.
they work naturally and get along with them
Mm-hmm.
so well. And yeah, yun yung una ko napansin. And the second one is about yung sa project na meron ako. I think it's a music and technology industry. So
Mm-hmm.
parang yung interest ko in music and also in technology, pinagsama siya. So kakaibang experience to for me. And I hope that um, I could work so well here in this new field that I'll be working with, kasi bago talaga siya for me.
Right, right. No. And just to ask a little bit more, no, normally ba, well, actually, since bago ka pa, are you planning to accept just one project at a time or two project at a time from one client, or is it like multiple clients that you're planning?
Um, it really depends,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was a junior dev, I could juggle on several or different projects, and there's no problem for me. And for now, the only project that I have is only one project.
Mm-hmm.
But ang catch kasi doon is you have to also work with the client's request.
Right,
So
right, right.
yun yung challenge din doon. And also, challenge din yun sa team and also for yourself kung paano mo i-handle yun so well.
Right. And then in terms of some tools lang, no, sa remote working,
Mm.
uh, alam natin in an office or in a company, sometimes less strict sila about time tracking or even yung parang screen recording. Pag sa remote working ba, is this to be expected, or how do you feel if yung client will ask for that?
Um, About sa time tracking, I have no problem about that. Pero dito sa company that I work with, they really don't have time tracking. So walang clock in, walang clock out. As long as you deliver all of the things that they need, it's okay. Pero if ever na kung kakailanganin ng clients ng, let's say, budget or quotation for everything that they want, then it's okay for me. It's okay for me as well. But we have to, syempre, i-sort natin kung ano yung pinaka-urgent na kailangan nila so that the team could actually see some things kung paano ma-handle yung urgent ticket na yun. So, ayun, kailangan din ng teamwork kailangan ng teamwork.
Right, no? So, ano tayo muna konti, tawag dito, back to the past, no? Let's talk about naman, paano mo pinili yung profession na to? Paano mo pinili even yung course mo, no? Ano yung mga influences na nangyari para napili mo ang course na to? Yeah.
Okay, so ano tayo? Backtrack tayo from high school. So nagkaroon ako ng unang interest sa programming when I was included or sinali ako nung physics teacher ko sa isang robotics team. So dun sa robotics team, meron kasing contest na sasalihan. Yung mga schools from different parts of the Philippines will be joining there. So, nag-aral kasi ako sa Pasay Science High School and yung mga kalaban namin doon, other science high school din. So, medyo talaga yun, medyo bigate na contest talaga yun. Tapos, I was included there, surprisingly, kasi dahil doon sa science project na ginawa ko before, solar powered charger siya. Kaya napili ako as a member ng robotics team. Tapos doon ko first nakita yung Arduino script para doon sa robot na gagawin namin. And nakita ko, grabe, ang galing pala kung paano gawin yung robot, kung paano paganahin ganyan, kung paano siya mag-forward, backward, kung paano siya i-connect sa Bluetooth. Ang galing lang. So, doon ako nagkaroon ng first interest with programming. Right. So, yun yung
anong year to? Wala, I'm not sure if may wala nang high school, no? Pero at that time, anong physics, parang either third or fourth year high school, no? Tama.
Third year or fourth year, parang 2012 yata, or
so
yeah, parang
so basically, malapit ka na mag-college pala nun, in that sense, no? So kung hindi mo na kasali sa robotics team, baka ibang course yung napili mo, parang ganun.
Oo, kasi ang pinaka gusto ko talagang course is theater arts. Kung hindi
theater arts, medyo malayo siya, no? Oo.
Yes. Kung hindi ako programmer ngayon, baka nasa na ako.
Artista
hindi. Ayaw maging artista. Actually, gusto ko lang maging parang nasa musical ganyan, yung mga yung nasa stage, mga ganun. Kakaiba yung gusto ko. Tapos, yun yung parang nag-iba ng ng interest ko on that day. Yun yung talaga sa akin. Kasi, bagong-bago siya. Hindi siya na-introduce sa amin nung high school. Nung high school ako. So, ayun. And then, after that, nag-take na ako ng computer science nag-take ako ng exam sa PUP as computer scientist. Yes, in computer science. And ayun, nakapasok ako ron. Lang naman ako when I was in college. Sobrang average student lang ako. Hindi ako sumasali sa mga student body or organization because at that time, I don't know the value of it. So, ang nasa isip ko lang, gusto gusto nila na gusto lang nila na tumulong sa mga teachers kaya sila sumasali, but hindi ko pa alam kung anong value. And yeah, na lang ako, sobrang go with the flow lang ako when I was in college. But
Right.
at that time, sumasali na-elect or na naturally na pipili ako as a leader sa mga school projects, like kapag may mga group work ganyan sa mga subjects, ayun, napipili ako ganyan. So yun yung parang quality na meron ako in leadership. So ayun. And after that, nag-internship ako. So third year. And nag-intern ako sa CBO. And that's when I met Arbs and Rom. At the time, si Arbs, siya, consultant. So parang first time ko pa lang siya nakita. Pero si Rom yung parang namin, Scrum Master, yung tech lead, team lead. So parang sa kanya ako nagre-report every single day. Tapos siya yung nag-help sa akin na ma-hire dun sa CBO. And I learned so much from them. And after that internship, na nag-aral ako ulit sa PUP, natapos ng computer science, ganyan, gulat. Magugulat na lang ako, graduate na pala ako. So after that, nag-work ako sa Accenture, and then bumalik ako sa CBO. And then at that time, si Arbs na yung CTO. And si Ate Miki na yung senior dev ko. Para silang dalawa yung talaga sa akin, yung nag-contribute to where I am today. Kasi si Arbs, para siyang para siyang gym instructor na ipupush ka talaga to the limits. Yung sa mga mo talaga, sa kung anong gusto mong maging and sa kung anong gusto mong gawin. So si Arbs yung nag-help sa akin doon. While si Ate Miki naman, she taught me how to balance things. So, talaga sila. Parang yin-yang, kumbaga. And I'm really thankful na I met them. Kasi kung hindi dahil sa kanila, baka naliligaw pa rin ako. The joke. Baka hindi ako mapunta sa path na gusto ko. So I'm really thankful for them. And at the time din kasi si Ate Vicky, she is a co-founder of PythonPH.
Right.
And they are calling for volunteers. So I immediately joined there, and then nakita ko kung ano yung problem. So yung problem kasi doon is hindi siya walang specific na tao na naka-assign for a specific role. Like hindi lang sa PyCon, kundi sa buong run ng organization within the year. So I volunteered as a director of marketing na rin. Hindi lang for PyCon, but for the whole year sa buong run ng PythonPH. So, yun na yung yun na yung parang turning point ko rin to contribute and also to help the organization. Then at the time, doon ko lang din nakita yung value ng pagkakaroon ng isang organization sa tech field. Kasi ang isang organization is nag-help na i-implement or ipakilala yung isang certain technology sa ibang tao na hindi pa nakaka-experience nun.
Right.
And that's what I also found out about the organizations and schools. Kasi sila din yung nag-help na mag-connect with the tech communities din, like PythonPH, ganyan, para makilala din yung certain tech stack doon sa school nila. So yun, doon ko lang na ngayong nag-work na ako, doon ko lang na gets yung value ng pagkakaroon ng organization. So, yun. And, yeah, as a freelance Python dev, after that sa CBO, I've also worked with another company that is really not hindi siya labas siya sa tech. I don't know how could I
Labas
tell,
siya sa tech. Okay.
pero I mean hindi siya labas sa tech, pero yung field niya is kakaiba. I work with a company that offers online gaming. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun yun. Online gaming na. So, medyo tech konti, no? Oo.
Yeah. Kakaiba. Parang nag-jump in ako into other fields kasi gusto ko ring ma-experience kung paano mag-work doon.
Right.
And then, after that, when I was working here in my home, dun ko na-realize that I wanted to be a freelance Python dev because first of all, I want to maximize my home internet. And iniisip ko, after this pandemic, what would happen? Magiging mas pa rin ba ako? Magiging adapt pa rin ba ako sa pag-work sa labas? So parang hindi ko na na-imagine. And also, sobrang baba ng cost of living when you are working at home. So that's when I realized that I wanted to be a freelance Python dev. So I searched for a freelance Python dev position sa remotepython.com. Ayun. Doon ko nakita yung isang job posting doon from Spain, and yeah, I got it.
Right. No, great story, no? Very
Ang haba.
inspiring. No, very unique as well, no? And as you mentioned, you jumped from junior to mid, and then now a freelance Python developer, no? What skills or values do you bring to a company so that you are, parang basically ang tanong dito is, if anyone wants to go into the same path as you and end up as a freelance Python developer, ano yung mga skills and value na meron sila dapat para i-follow nila yung path?
Number one, I think you have to be honest. You have to admit to yourself what are your strengths and your weaknesses. And kung kunwari, wala kang masyadong alam dito sa tech stack na to, let's say for example, Docker, you don't know anything about Docker, you have zero knowledge about it, you have to tell it to the team so that they could create some ways para matuto ang buong team as well. Kasi baka malaman mo rin na hindi lang ikaw yung nagsasuffer or nag-face ng challenge na yon. Then at least say it to other people or your teammates at least. And then this also brings to another idea na also ask questions whenever may gusto kang malaman. Kasi for me, if you really understand or if you really wanted to understand something, it's better to ask questions. So yun yung isang trait na meron ako. I always ask questions. Minsan nga nabully ako kasi ang dami ko daw tanong.
Wow.
Yes, but it's okay. It's okay to ask questions anytime.
Right.
And I think communication is very important. Yun na rin parang yung ideas ko is like domino effect rin. If you ask questions, then you parang bring a very good communication with your teammates. And I think it's very important. It's also creates a little bit of a bonding with your teammates as well. And if you start in a new company that you are working with, you really have to ask questions. So and also pahabol lang, if you know something naman din, like for example they would suggest best practices like ganito, ganyan. Don't hesitate to also share what you know and what you experience sa mga past na experience that you had. Kasi it might be very valuable to them as well. So, yun.
Great. No, great advice. Siguro our next question is towards naman how you manage your time now that you are a freelancer. Para anong style ng time management mo?
Ngayon kasi, now that it's my first week ko pa lang as a full-time freelance dev, nag-a-adjust pa rin ako kasi I work with other teammates from Europe and US.
Tama, different time zone pa yun, di ba?
Yeah, different time zone siya. And usually, ang mga meetings is from 3 p.m. up to 8 a.m. or 7 p.m. So, yun. So, ang time ko is usually 1 p.m. Doon ako nagsi-start. But in the morning, I try to make sure na magagawa ko na yung other life routines ko, like working out, reading, ganyan, paglaro ng games a little bit, and kumain. Kumain, yun yung kailangan mong gawin in the morning. So, yun.
Right. And nakakatulog ka pa naman, no?
Yes. Kompleto.
Kompleto yung time. So, basically, yung style mo is parang straight 8 hours pa rin ka nag-work, hindi yung parang putol-putol, ganun. Yun yung style mo at the moment.
Hindi naman. Hindi naman siya straight na work talaga na zone na 8 hours. Parang hindi naman totally gumagamit ng Pomodoro, pero for 3 hours mag-work ka, ganyan, and then a little bit of rest, and then another 3 hours, ganun.
Right,
so, ayun, medyo siya, putol-putol in a sense.
Great, no? So, I have siguro last 2 questions na lang for you, no? So, given that, you've successfully moved into this new phase in your life, what other success metrics are you looking for, or how do you how do you define success para where you are gonna move forward further pa?
So, para sa akin, every day is a success, no matter how big or small your goal is. Kasi, ang pag-survive mo pa lang sa araw na ito, parang success na rin siya eh. Pero, kapag kunwari, mag-set ka ng goal, like, for example, tatapusin mo yung mga tasks na yun, na siya, success na rin siya sa akin. And also to get a good rest, it's a success kasi hindi naman lahat nakatulog ng maayos, 'di ba? So, yeah. So, yun yung that's what I define success. So, yeah, yun yung
Right, no. Siguro right now, given medyo, as a freelancer, I'm not sure kung how long yung project mo, no? Pero just in case, as a freelancer, potentially pwedeng madaming mangyari, no? Hindi ko lang alam gaano ka tight yung contract mo with them. Pero how do you deal with things na unexpected, no? Kung may mga biglaan, and how may mga parang tips ka ba on those things?
So, for me, hindi talaga siya masasabing unexpected because I plan ahead. I think of other possibilities na pwedeng mangyari when you come to a situation. And dahil nga hindi mo masasabi na unexpected siya, pero parang lang siya, nakalagay lang sa mga scenarios mo. Tapos, when it really happens, masasabi mo na lang sa sarili mo na I knew that it was going to happen. So, parang ganun na lang yung masasabi mo. And then, after that, dahil na plan ahead mo na siya, saka mo gagawin yung mga steps para ma-handle yung mga scenarios na nangyari when that time arrives.
Right, no. Um, siguro, sabi ko kanina, medyo last two questions to, pero ito talaga, totoo, last two questions, ano. Siguro, ang tanong dito is, for the youth, no, aspiring youth, especially yung mga young women, no, they're probably asking how to be you po, no. Paano kumuha ng confidence like yours, paano mag-excel sa IT field like you, ano yung tips mo sa kanila?
Number one thing is just enjoy life. Hindi mo kailangan you don't have to, hindi mo kailangan magmadali just to get what you want. Kasi nung college ako, sobrang ano lang talaga ako, sobrang chill lang talaga ako. Tumatambay sa mga computer shop. And yeah, I get what I wanted, to be a Python dev. Because after that, hindi naman talaga ako nagmadali. I just go on with the process, with the race that I wanted to race. And yeah, yun din yung masasabi ko sa mga future women developers who wanted to go on with tech to be a Python dev.
Yes.
Just also be curious about the things that you wanted to learn. Like, kung kunwari gusto mo mag-aral ng Python, get a free time of yourself to learn more about it and create some pet projects from it, and also connect with other people who shares the same passion about Python development. So yun na rin yung experience ko eh. I connect with other people like si Mickey, si Arvs, and other members ng PythonPH. Ang dami ko natutunan sa kanila, and they really inspired me to push further and to reach my dreams. Sila yung nag-help sa akin, and it's really great to have someone like them. And yeah, connect with other people and also be patient. Hindi mo kailangan magmadali. Ayun lang.
Right. So may singit ako na question no, kasi na-mention mo about race content, no? Sabi mo may nakuha mo yung race na gusto mo. Paano mo nakuha? Siguro nagtanong ka ba like, hey, I want a race. No, parang ganun ba? Usually yung paano ba nakakuha ng race, especially sa mga younger ones, yung parang from junior to mid, how does, or even even if hindi nag-change ng title, kumuha lang ng race, how is that usually done? Kung may ka lang advice or what on that?
It all comes with one step, that is being curious. Curious as a cat, ganun. Nung high school ako, naalala ko nung high school ako, nilagay ko dun sa yearbook namin or sa graduation book na I wanted to be a software developer. Yun yung talagang nilagay ko. And mula dun, parang yun na yung goal ko eh, to become a software dev. And it comes naturally. Naging ComSci student ako and become a Python dev. And siguro na rin, look for a really good job that na feeling mo mag-help sa'yo to become a Python dev. Kasi yung CBO, credits din sa CBO. Kasi tinulungan talaga nila ako from I was, onti lang talaga yung experience ko as a dev in Python. So, wala talagang experience at all nung nag-start akong mag-work sa CBO as a Python dev. But they helped me na mapunta dun sa goal or sa race na gusto kong maging Python dev. Kasi nung na-try ko na siya, ang dali-dali pa lang niyang gawin, ganyan. And you can create amazing things from Python. And yeah, din siya. It could also be useful in many fields like data science, web development, ganyan. So
Right,
yun.
right. So parang this increase in skill is equal to increase in rate, in race, no? Parang ganun yung effect. Oo.
Pwede.
Pwede. Alright, sige. So, ito na, last question na talaga. No? So, currently, what are you passionate about? Are there other things that you're passionate about? Is it still on the Python development, or are there other things that makes you busy as well?
One of the things that I'm passionate about is helping PythonPH, as
Mhm.
I've mentioned. Nakita ko kasi kung ano yung value na hino-hold nila,
Mhm.
and that is to help other people as well
Mhm.
in Python development. And in case na may mga tao na gusto mag-career shift from I don't know, teaching or physics, ganyan, to become a Python dev, then PythonPH is there. And it cannot it cannot stand on its own. It needs people. It needs an organizer. So as a director of marketing then, I help them to run for a year by getting sponsorship from different companies. And that is one thing that I'm passionate about. And yeah, in helping PythonPH.
Great, no? I think baka kami din sa AWS User Group, kailangan ata namin ng Director of Marketing din pala, no? If I think about it. Right, pero,
I'll think about it. If kung kaya ng
kung
oras.
kaya, sige. Yeah, right. So again, pero guys, if interested kayo sa Python.PH, ilalagay ko yung link nila dito, and hopefully ma-check nyo din yung information on what they offer as well. Right. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much for your time, no? And I really enjoyed talking to you. And
Thank you so much.
And thank you again, and thank you for your wisdom, no, to our audience.
Thank you.
Right. So again, audience, if you like our show, you can always leave a comment below if you have any further follow-up questions, or you wanna, get in touch with Miss Angelica. Look at our description, and even you can, again, like I said, you can just type the description, and we'll read through it, no, as well. Right. So thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Bye.
And of course, if you like our content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Bye.